Yeah, you touch on a very good point. That's useful point that Islamic people must understand this very well. As you said, they are ambassador. There is how about the spreading of Islam? How it must be? Which kind of ways do you advise to the Muslims to spread Islam? Do you have any already something like you expressed before question this? But if you want to include some, but you know, yeah, some you said because they should be kind, smile. The people must like them. What else do you advise to spread Islam to other Americans or to spread all over the world?
Okay. Well, I definitely know what is not a good idea. In my opinion, what is not a good idea is to on the internet, and he is asking Muslims to send emails and write letters to try to convince a movie star to convert to Islam, to convince him, to push him, because he's interested in it and he wants them to, and I keep thinking there's no compulsion in religion, there's no compulsion in religion, there's no compulsion in religion. You're not supposed to push, you're not supposed to, and I'm reading what the comments that the people are putting, and I'm like, oh, why are you saying that? And they're like, oh, it's the right way, it's the best way, you need to do it, you don't want to go to the hellfire, and it's like, no, but this is not Islam, this is not my understanding. Maybe it's clearly it's somebody's understanding, but my understanding is, you can sit and you can tell them, yes, okay, you're going to go to the hellfire, you're an unbeliever, okay, but this is not, to me, a way to show someone that it's a good light. I mean, like I said, you have to demonstrate it. You have to lead by example. I believe that so firmly. You have to lead by example, and the biggest thing in Islam, I have to say, the biggest thing that not biggest, okay, it's not biggest, big, it's big. Humility, okay, humility, and being humble, and humble isn't just like, oh, thank you. Being humble is a whole way of conducting yourself in everything in your life, and I have to remind myself of that all the time, because I get caught up too. I go to the sisters group and they're all in the pretty scarves and, like this one, and the bling bling like this, and they're all decorated, and they look like flowing princesses of Egypt or something. They look stunning, and I'm thinking, well, that's not really humility, and that's not really being modest. And I do the same thing. I have beautiful flowing caftans that I made myself that are just stunning, and all the scarves, and I've got caught up in it too. But if you really look at the meat, at the core of the message in the Quran, and how we're supposed to be, that's not, yes, we should be clean, we should have nice things, but we shouldn't be out in the street calling attention to ourselves. We're not supposed to we're supposed to be humble, we're supposed to be modest. And even though you're covered from here to here, if everything you have on your body is making people stare at you and go, wow, look at her, that isn't modesty. That's not modesty, and it's definitely not humility. And, when you have gold everywhere and all that, you're showing off. This is showing off. You are putting in the face of somebody that you have what they don't have. The lady in the rags doesn't have the fine silk, and it's nice. It's okay to have that, especially to go pray. I understand that. You go pray, you want to put on your best clothes, you want to look, this is fine. But I'm talking about on a daily basis. The people that get so caught up, and there's ayahs in the Quran about this too, and inshallah someday I will have them committed to memory where I can just recite them perfectly, but not yet. But there are ayahs about that too, about coveting and about collecting and gathering, material things, and yes, to an extent we're supposed to do that, but why? Why are we supposed to get wealth? Why are we supposed to get wealth? So that we can help people. The purpose for us getting money and getting things is to help people that don't have it. It's not for us to sit in our beautiful house with our 6 cars and our diamond this big. This is not why Allah gives us wealth. Allah gives us wealth. It's a test, but also we're to share it, inshallah. We're supposed to share it. We're supposed to help the less fortunate. and it says in the Quran, the more you give, then Allah's going to reward you. It's a beautiful cycle, but you know that gets lost sometimes. It gets lost.
This was the last question. If you want to include something, include. My question is finished.
No, I don't think
Do
so.
you want to say something to Turkish people for Holy Ramadan?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you want to say something to Turkish audience about Holy Ramadan? Because the possible this will broadcast in Ramadan.
Actually, I do have something to say, not just to Turkish people. I have something to say to people that live in a Muslim country. That I've been to Morocco 6 times, and it is so amazing to me. So the people that live where they have, so we have Islamic centers, and we do have some places here that are like a masjid, but you can't sit in your house and hear the call for prayer and hear the adhan. You can't hear it. When you're in Morocco, when you're in, I don't know about it in Turkey, but when you live somewhere where you can hear that and you know, I don't know, there's something beautiful about that to me. And the ability to be able to walk down the street, you know, with your scarf on and it's accepted and no one stares at you funny, and that you can pray. You can stop in the middle of your work and drop down and pray, and nobody's going to think anything weird of you. That is such a blessing. That is such not a privilege. I mean, it's your right, but people are so blessed that are in these places. And I know they look at America and they think, oh, you know, they're so lucky there. But to me, I would rather live in Morocco in a shack and be able to hear that and go and pray and be able to just be free and worship how I want. And I mean, I see pictures in countries where I see trucks, the pictures of trucks pulled over on the side of the road and the person's on the side of the road praying. And I get tears. I get tears when I see that, because that's like beautiful to me, to just be able to do that, to have that kind of freedom. And we have it here to a point, but it's not like that. And they're blessed and they're fortunate. And when they look at people driving Mercedes and they look at people over here with the big houses, don't forget what's important. What is really important? You know, to me, to be able to worship how you want and to be comfortable too in the whole thing it's a blessing and it's a privilege, and it's to me better and more important than any house and any car and anything that you could have. And I mean, basically that would be it. Don't think it's better because I hear so much, oh, America's so great, America is great, but I would go there in 10 seconds and raise my chickens on the roof and wash my clothes in the sink and do all of that. I would, just to be able to walk to the masjid 5 times a day, because it's right there and I can hear it. And I don't know, there's something about that. It's just such a blessing.